Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here, where I talk about my favorite thing in the entire world. Goddamn cryptocurrency. That's right. Today we're talking about Pulsechain. It's a new pre-sale for a platform launch on Pulsechain. This is a project called Pulse Capital. It's building on top of PulseX. It is a leverage play on the price and performance of the Pulsechain token. This is all good. It has been started by a three-man team of Moonshot Max and Math and Nomad, who we had on this channel just 3 days ago for an AMA, so you can check that out. We talked an hour about how this platform works. What we're paying attention to today, though, is the fact that one, this is launching in pre-sale, and two, the Pulsechain court case is finally happening for the freedom of Richard Hart. So that is cool, and it's all perfectly timed, actually. So this just started half an hour ago. It is, you have 4 days to get into the pre-sale for this. They are live, and you will need DAI from Ethereum on Pulsechain. We're going to go through all that, don't worry. For this, you have a choice of 15 ambassadors to put your funds in with. So you can choose basically your favorite ambassador. We have a who's who of YouTube crypto. We do have Moonshot Max. We have some guy called Crypto Mischief. I don't know who he is, but know that Crypto Mischief gives away 100% of his affiliate bonus from this to the SEC DAO. That's right, my guys, NFT collection from this channel, the Shitcoin Club. You will be getting that. You know, we add it to the monthly airdrop and send it down to NFT holders. We have Stunna Breezy. Woo! We have Mo Crypto. We have Wreck to Riches. Yeah, dog. We have Scott the Investor from Pack of Finance. We have Jamie Crypto. We have Crypto Pride. He is a YouTuber I've currently recently started watching, actually. We have Drip Millions, Legacy 7 Crypto. We have Crypto Neptune, Experience Crypto 24/7, Drip to Wealth, AJ Brockman, and the Warriors DAO. And we have to choose which one I want to go in with, because I'm not going to go with myself. That's kind of weird. I'm going to go for, actually, the Warriors DAO, because I am in the Warriors DAO. So I guess as a DAO member of them as well, I should go for them, right? And we have to go in with DAI, right? So DAI from Ethereum. I only have $80, so therefore I need to get more DAI. We're going to go into the pre-sale first, and then I'm going to explain a little bit about how this works, okay? So we're on PulseX. I'm going to change some Pulsechain token into DAI to get into the pre-sale. Now, I think that Pulsechain might just be coming out of its bearish scene, and we might see a new pump in the Pulsechain ecosystem, because as soon as the Richard Hart FUD is over, we are good to go, in my opinion, right? So I'm going to get $2,000, and I'm going to throw it in here for now. I'm going to keep an eye on the pre-sale, and if it continues to do well, I'm going to put in more. Pulsechain, of course, can be quite laggy, so you got to be patient. Here we go, swap, right? I find that when I use Pulsechain, I know a lot of you guys use Rabbies. I'm not a Rabby guy. I'm a MetaMask guy. I'm an old-fashioned soul. When you use MetaMask with Pulsechain, got to pump the gas. The gas is really cheap, but for some reason MetaMask just sets it as like really low gas. So there we go. We're pumping the gas. We're going to put that through. We're going to get our DAI, okay? If you're not on Pulsechain, we're also going to have a look in this video how to get some funds on Pulsechain. It's pretty easy, actually. It's easier to get funds into Pulsechain than out of Pulsechain. Damn you, Richard Hart. Okay, so that's me swapped. That it should happen. If we're going to be moving into Pulsechain, let me just show you what you're supposed to do. We're going to use SparkSwap, right? SparkSwap is a farm that was created by AJ Brockman, actually, from the guys at EMP. And if you come here to Bridge, you will see that they have a pretty good bridge for Binance Smart Chain and Arbitrum into Pulsechain, okay? So we can switch that. Sure, let's go Arbitrum, why not? Right, so we're looking Arbitrum. You can send USDC over to Pulsechain, and it will arrive as DAI, right? You can also send it over, and it will arrive as Pulsechain. So you'll need some Pulsechain tokens if you're going for Arbitrum, right? Or you might think, no, I want to go from Binance Smart Chain. You can do that as well in SparkSwap Bridge. This is the cheapest way I've found to do it. You can send DAI over as well, or you can also send EMP or DAI, right? So for example, you want to use DAI, then you just buy some DAI on PancakeSwap, then send it over and send the majority of it to arrive as DAI, or yeah, it would be DAI. You'll have to swap that into DAI, arriving as DAI. Yeah, that's good. So you use that for the pre-sale. You'll also have to send a little bit over for in Pulsechain token as well to pay the gas, okay? Because gas is important. You need Pulsechain to pay gas. You could also send it all over as DAI, swapping into Pulsechain, then come over to swap inside of SparkSwap or on PulseX where you can then swap your PulseX into DAI, right? And then that's your go, right? So I'm going to leave those links in the description. It's normal bridging, these kind of things. Okay, so into Pulse Capital, we're in the Warriors DAO. We're going to take $2,000 and we are going to go with that. We approve the contract first. This will be a 2 transaction. This will run for 4 days. I think your max buy is either 5 or 10,000, can't remember. And we will see the launch of this of Pulse Capital just 2 days after the end of the pre-sale as well. So that's why also I'm going in with funds now, because I like it when the pre-sale is followed by the launch very quickly. We've had a couple projects we've gone into recently where the pre-sale's gone and finished, and then we've waited ages for the launch. Not with this one. They know what they're doing. We're already set up. See, I didn't pump the gas there, and now we are pending forever. Speed up, man. Richard, fix it. Fix Pulsechain. I could probably do this myself, actually, by just setting my MetaMask properly. But, you know, I'm just going to complain. I'm just going to blame Richard. That's what we do. Blame Richard. It's fine. So while we're doing that, let's have a look at Pulsechain. So Pulsechain is up 4% today. If we come to the max all-time high on Pulsechain, we see we are sitting around all-time lows still. We did really well, and then we didn't, and then we did pretty well, and then it was horrible from there. So we were at a pretty low point in Pulsechain. At the moment, we are still 83% down from all-time high and 91% up from all-time low. So not too bad, I guess. 83% down. That's quite bad, though. We're looking for Richard Hart to get out of the pickle that he's in and for Pulsechain to continue to pump and move up. While we're talking about that, I'll tell you something bullish about Richard Hart. This was happening right outside. Oh, I'm going to blur that so I don't get demonetized. This was happening right outside of Richard Hart's court case yesterday. A load of naked women. And Richard Hart was standing like this, like an absolute Chad, while it was all going on, like, yeah, boys. And apparently reports are coming in about the court case, that the court case room was full of Pulsechain and hexagons, right? Supporting Richard Hart for this. And the judge was well researched, and it looks like he's got a case that's actually winnable. So that's why the price is starting to get pretty damn juicy on this. And we have a bunch of, hex heroes, I'm going to call them, around. So if any of these catch wind of what's going on with Pulse Capital, they will bring the big bags. There's a lot of money on Pulsechain, lots of big bags on Pulsechain. So that's the important thing. So we did go over this in a lot of depth in the AMA, so I do suggest you watch that. But what's happening here is you are leveraging the price of Pulsechain inside of Pulse Capital. Pulse Capital is built on top of the PulseX pools. PulseX pools are here. If you come to farm and earn, you'll see, for example, you get Pulsechain with DAI, and you get 53% here APR for farming in here, right? There's $33 million of liquidity in this. What they've done at Pulse Capital is they've built farms on top of there. So if we launch the DApp, you'll see here we have 3 different options for earning. You have the capital farms, which you get a 25% boost on your Pulse, what would be your PulseX earnings, by using their farms instead. You have the Heart Fund, where you can stake one of their tokens in to then earn 50% boost on the PulseX yield. And that's awesome, right? Or there's a stock vault where you earn protocol fees as well. The 2 tokens that you're going into for this pre-sale are called PCAP and also stock. Stock token, you're going to get 75% for the pre-sale funds you put in. So if you put $1,000 worth of DAI, you're going to get $750 worth of that is going to be stock. Stock essentially is an LP token of Pulsechain and DAI tied into one. So in that sense, it should be a pretty good hold for the future. You can take your stock token, put them in the stock vault, and then lock them for time, right? So up to 100 days, and earn up to 1% daily, around about 1% daily, just under 1% daily, and get rewarded in more stock tokens, right, by using this one. You can also put your stock into the Heart Fund with your LP, So you stake your LP. Here we have DAI and Rat Pulse. Okay, you put that in there. You then add your stock token, and then you get a 50% boost on the yield that would be set by PulseX. So whatever is on PulseX, you're going to get 50% more by using Pulse Capital, right? That's the simplest way I can explain how this is all going to work. We earn PCAP, which is the emission token, right? And PCAP, you'll be getting 25% of that with your pre-sale buy. So again, putting $1,000, you're going to get $250 worth of PCAP. And PCAP is the reward token, which I'm sure you're going to be able to pool up in Pulse Capital with Pulsechain and with DAI to earn ridiculous APR. This is going to have really high APR on launch. I think it's going to be an absolute banger. Okay, it has worked. We have put in 2,000 DAI into the pre-sale for Pulse Capital. We're sitting right there. So far, the contributions within, what's that, under 1 hour, we've had 23 grand already in this, which is a great start for a 4-day pre-sale. Let's see how high this number goes. Link is in the description for Pulse Capital. Once we get through with the pre-sale, I will then do a deep dive on how the platform really works. But I do suggest that you check out my review video on the AMA that I did on with Max and the team, so you can understand how it works and the bullishness of it. I think it's going to be a really great, sustainable passive income earning machine where you will be able to stake in and stake out if you want. You can lock if you want. If you don't want to, you can just earn without locking your funds. Lots of ways to do it. 3 different ways to earn with this farm. Really thick, good game theory. And the momentum is behind Pulsechain right now, so that's also why I'm really happy to get into a new farm on Pulsechain. Peace. Crypto Mischief. Don't get wrecked.